Hello guys, this is Dimitri. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're just going to insert some data into an empty table in SQL Server. So I'm going to run this statement and you can see that this table has nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify that I want to insert records to the cars table. I may have different tables here, so I have to insert into, and then I'm going to call my table cars, and then I'm going to insert my column 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4, but this is how it works. So I have to mention all these names. If I don't do that, then the table is not going to be created. So if I do car ID, comma, then make, then comma, then city, then comma, and then price. I specify that I want this to be created. And then second parameter would be the values. So which values do I want to have here in car ID, make, city, and price? Okay, a parenthesis here. So I created this table with car ID as an identity that is going to be created by the system. So the database is going to create this car ID one by one automatically. So I don't have to do it manually. Because of that, that was specified under the identity property. So I pretty much created this database starting by ID 1000. And then I want this ID to um, add numbers one by one, not 10 by 10, not 100 by 100, just one by one. So this is going to be the behavior that this table has. Okay, so just keep that in mind because I don't need to do that manually. I'm going to delete the car ID again because the SQL Server is going to generate that for me. All right, so because I'm not creating an ID, I'm going to start from the column number 2. So my make, I'm going to say something like Nissan because I'm working with a string here. I specify this make to be a string, or in this case, I have a varchar here. I have to put this under single quotes. Then, comma, my second value is going to be city, so I'm going to do something similar. In this case, I'm going to say Milwaukee, and then, comma, my price is going to be an integer. So we have varchar, which is something similar to a string, another varchar here, and an integer. Integer doesn't need to be enclosed in single quotes. So I'm going to have 150 and I'm going to close this. So this is going to be $150 and this should work now. So if I execute this query, I'm going to have this message here, one row affected. If I select the database with the table again, so my database is junk, and I'm going to select this table, I'm going to have my first ID. So remember the identity property that I mentioned here? So the ID is going to start from 1000. So because we have to add multiple records, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it just a few times. So we'll have 4 different records, okay? For this one, I'm going to um, type Mazda, same city, and this is going to be 100. And then here, I'm going to have a Nissan again. This time, I'm going to have Chicago. going to have a 200, and here going to have a Honda, and then I'm going to have another city here, and it's going to be Kenosha, and this is going to be a 90. Okay, so I'm going to insert these values, these three values, because I already have this one, right? So if I run this query, I should have three new values with IDs 1001, 1002, and 1003. If I execute this, I'll see that three rows were affected or modified. And I'm just going to select the table again, and I'll see that I have more records here. So that's pretty much the idea. So let's just try to select something just to make sure that everything is okay. So select, make from my table, which is cars, where make is Nissan. So if I execute this, I'll have all my makes that are Nissan. If I want to see another column here, I just need to put it here, sorry. Select make, comma, city, and price. Let's say I just want to have those three columns with this Nissan condition. Okay, so we can see that everything is working in our new table. So I hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you in the next video.